Hello, everybody. Hey, art bosses. Oh my goodness. This is what we're going to be talking about today. If your website isn't making you money, we need to talk. We just spent an amazing week, actually a week and a half at the Art Boss Challenge. We officially closed the Art Boss Challenge last night. And this morning, we've been working with the new art bosses who are taking the next step in applying the Art Boss formula and that champagne room. And they're starting to build their selling systems and use the tools that allow for them to find new leads, track them in their selling process, and close those leads. So today, we're going to be talking about, yes, the beautiful websites. We're going to be talking about how to update them and get them from a place where they're just an expensive business card and turn them into part of our sales machine. My name is Rena Uha. I'm here every single week providing free training, really in the champagne room. I want you to see what you can do in the champagne room that allows for you to start automating your sales process. So grab a comfy spot in your house, in your home, in your studio. Maybe grab a drink or a sandwich because we are going to dig on in. Hey, everybody. My name is Rena Uha, and we are going to be talking about websites today. We're going to do a mini audit. We're going to pull out the audit form that we've been using. I have a full 35-minute training on how to use the 7 components of a high converting website that allows for you to close on your website. But we're going to take a look at it quickly, and we're going to really start zeroing in on what you can be doing and how you can leverage the power of some of the tools that are already out here in the marketplace that allow for us to start automating our businesses and also allow for us to start turning those expensive business cards, we call them websites, into a part of our high converting sales process. Let's have a website that makes us money. So we're going to just go ahead and dig on in today. We're going to pull up a document. Let me just go ahead and add this to our screen so that we can, and let me get rid of this for a minute. I'm going to hide this so we can take a look at everything. This is a PDF file. I've shared this before. We're not going to spend a ton of time walking through it. Once again, you'll have access to the full 30-minute training on how we use this 7 components of a high converting website and the updates that we can do to our websites to turn them from expensive business cards into sales machines, and a really super important part of our whole entire selling process. So let's go ahead and jump on in. We're going to end up looking at the champagne room as well. I want you to see how that tool helps you update your websites. Okay. So let's just do the audit really quickly. We can do this in 5 minutes so that you can get an overview of how you start updating your website. Yes, there's an order to this. We need to follow this process in order to turn our websites into high converting sales machines and add those updates. But it really starts with the first component is making sure that your website is visually clean and clear, that you have a presentation that matches, that you're an artist, that when someone comes in, we're making sure that it's visually balanced. We're making sure we're using the right fonts. We're making sure that we're using the right color choices. This is what most people, when I work with them, they're assuming that I'm going to do an audit and just take a look at, change the script, make the script size, the font size bigger, make sure that there's visual balance. We do need to do this. Super important, but it's just the first thing that we need to consider when we're updating our websites and making them easy to consume, right? Number 2, we need to make sure that we have a clarity in our message. We want to make sure that the message that represents who we are, the message that communicates the value of our product, it's aligned on our website. It's aligned with what's in our social media. It's aligned with what's in our emails that we send out. It's aligned with what we're talking about when we have sales conversations. Yes, Point number three, we do need a website that has the ability to take sales compared to, I don't know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Having a commerce site, an e-commerce site is really simple now. Most of the platforms that you can use can easily connect to a purchase portal where you can set up a e-commerce site. So there's really no excuses anymore for not being able to have a cart on your website. The cart on your website is not the automation that allows for you to close more sales. It is just a standard that should be on most websites. Number four, we have to make sure that our website is set up to collect buyer information. And traditional websites on WordPress, sitting out there on most of the platforms in artist storefronts and all of those, Wix, they're not typically set up to capture purchase intent and to capture when someone lands on your page. We have to update. This is where we start to get into the really powerful tools that we can use. We have to update our websites and make sure they're sitting inside of a funnel, make sure that we have the ability to capture when someone actually lands on our website. We're going to walk away from looking at our Google Analytics that tells us we had 5,000 people who looked at our website this month. However, we have no idea who they were. We're going to turn our website, and this is where the power comes, where we can start seeing exactly who. We have their names, we have their emails, we may have their phone numbers and other purchase intent. So it's super powerful. We need to also make sure, point number five, that when we're doing our website audit, that there's a powerful call to action, that when someone lands on our website, it's not just a consume, it's not just brochure, it's not just a business card, but it's clearly communicating what your client can do next to start working with you. And point number six, we have to have a website that allows for us to continue our conversation and create more of a human connection. This is more than having a contact page. This is more than having a send me an email. This is about having the ability for someone to be able to start learning more about you, to start having the opportunity to listen to you, to start chatting with you, and to start having that relationship with you. When we're selling artwork, my assumption is you're leading with your most powerful and your your best offer, your strongest offer. I know that the artwork I see in social media, the artwork with the people who ask me to help them sell their artwork online, your artwork is worth thousands upon thousands of dollars. The value of what you do is so huge that most of your buyers want to get to know you. They are going to cherish a relationship that they have with you, and they're going to purchase when they're more able to reach you and have conversations with you. So closing a luxury price item, closing an offer in $1,000, $5,000, $20,000 price range, we have to have a website that allows for people to actually be able to connect with us offline and off of this website platform. Because if we're looking for a website that's going to be able to close sales, we can't just assume that we're going to set up a super sexy website and it's going to close sales automatically. We actually have to set up what we like to call a website funnel. And when you do an audit like this one, when you take a look at your website and you start analyzing points 1 through 7, you can create a website that allows for you to close sales, consistently close sales, because you have it set up like a website funnel. You have it set up like a powerful sales tool. You're walking away from just a website that is about a brochure or about a really expensive business card. So how do we do that? How do we take our websites and update them so that they are part of our powerful sales machine so that they can actually close sales? So we are going to revisit this. I'm going to pop this back in. We're going to go revisit the tools that we can use that are available to us right now that really smart people have put together, and we have access to use them today if we want to. There are 3 main tools that we need in order to sell more artwork online. And when we have those tools, we can work them and incorporate them and integrate them with our website, which allows for our website to become super powerful. So the tools that do the heavy lifting, there's just 3 of them that we really need to be using so that we can close more sales online. We have to have a tool that collects leads. So you see the first guy on the left-hand side, he's helping you collect leads. Your website does not have the ability to collect leads. It only has the ability to nurture leads and give your leads more information about you and your product. The second tool that we need is what we call outbound messaging. Once we have our leads, and let's take a step back. Leads are people that we have information on. Okay. So I should take a step back for a second. A lead isn't someone who just kind of like maybe ghosts you inside of social media, maybe follows you here and there. A lead is someone that you can actually take back control and you can start creating a conversation with that person. So we have to have a tool that does lead collection, that's email addresses. And then we have to have the second tool we need is outbound messaging. We have to have a tool that allows for us to start connecting with our ideal client, both on platform with social media campaigns and off platform with email campaigns. This becomes super powerful because we're taking back control. We are taking back control of and owning the responsibility to start delivering content and start sharing our story and start giving our ideal clients everything they need to say yes. So the first tool is the tool that allows for us to collect leads. The second tool is what we call outbound messaging. And the third tool is how we start tracking purchase intent. In order to close sales, we need to have a tool that shows us and collects the data, automatically collects the data, allows us to filter and track through that data and start creating what we call lead reports or hot lead list. When we are using these 3 tools and we are using them and integrating them with our websites, we now have the beautiful ability to start closing more sales and making sure that our website has the ability to close more sales as well. So let's go ahead and dig in a little bit. Let's look at those 3 tools. We first have to have what's called a sales funnel. We have to be able to magnetize our leads to us. We need to have the tool that allows for us to have a lead magnet sitting out in social media that has millions, well, has billions, actually billions of leads that are out there checking in every single day. We have to have a tool that's out there. We call it our lead generation machine that is constantly finding leads and constantly finding email addresses. We specifically use lead magnets to do that. And we use the tool that's called a sales funnel. Sales funnels tend to look like this. This is just kind of a screenshot of a standard template. When someone lands on your page, you're delivering super powerful, very concentrated clarity on your ideal offer, that offer that's our strength, that offer that we want to always lead with our strongest offer. And when we use a really simple template, we can clearly communicate the value of what we're providing. You can see behind it, we all use basically the same templates. We just put in our own images and our own call to actions, our own win statements, and all of the benefit points. Super easy to use. We help you get clarity on how you fill this out. We help you get clarity on how to fill in all of the plug and play parts of these templates. Okay, so number 2, once we have the leads, we need to start communicating. We need to start having conversations on platform and off platform. So we talk about outbound messaging, taking back control. This is more than just an email here and there. This is more than just a post here and there. They're very strategic posts that we put inside of our social media to walk our clients down the path to the sale, and also to allow for us to see when someone raises their hand and say, "Oh my gosh, I love your artwork. Tell me more." The same thing goes with our email campaigns. Not just about sending out an email here and there trying to sell something. This is about creating a series of emails that preps our ideal clients and gets them ready to purchase. We can collect that data when someone opens up our email, when someone clicks on the link inside of a post. We can start tracking those people and we can start seeing who is getting ready to purchase. When we track engagement, when we set up our engagement in a way that gives us purchase intent and we start to learn more about interests and behaviors about our ideal clients, we can literally see who. I'm talking the name, the email address, phone number, and all of the data that we've collected on that lead. We can see who is getting ready to purchase. And we also have to have what's called a beautiful, beautiful pipeline. But we provide inside of the Art Boss all of your plug and play templates for your funnels, for your email campaigns, and as well as your social media campaigns. Okay. So when we put all of this together, we have what's called a pipeline. And I'm going to be pulling up the pipeline next. I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like to have a pipeline when you're using the Champagne Room. We believe in this so much in the Art Boss that we actually give free access to the Champagne Room when you are working with the Art Boss formula. We know the power of this tool to be able to see where your leads are in your selling system. And when you are collecting that data, it's really easy for me to see what's happening in your business and where your leads are getting stuck, so that we can start creating a plan to move your ideal client down the path to the sale. We also show you how to diagnose it so that you can continue year after year, decade after decade, to run a system that allows for you to see who is getting ready to purchase and when you're working with them in the online market. So super sweet. All of this is pretty crazy amazing. I do want to spend just a couple minutes to show you the Champagne Room, and on the back side of the Champagne Room, how when you're using a pipeline and you start putting leads into your pipeline, you can start tracking their purchase intent and you can start closing more sales. So I'm going to pull up the Champagne Room. I'm just going to look at it for a couple minutes. It's totally okay if you haven't seen the backside of the Champagne Room. It is why we provide the Champagne Room, and for less than $70 a month, we show you how to use the Champagne Room. And it's the Champagne Room to actually track your customer journey and track your selling process. And goodness gracious, for that $70 a month, we also show you, if you don't have a selling system yet, we give you ours. It's called the Art Boss formula. So we'll either show you how to set up the Champagne Room to track your selling process, or if you're like, you know what, I really don't have a selling process yet, use the Art Boss formula. That's what it's here for. So let's go ahead and pop up that Champagne Room. I am going to need to share screen. Let me grab that screen and we will get going. So let me see if I have it up here. Yep. We're going to grab this. We're going to just take a look at it. Okay. This is the Champagne Room. I'm going to pop over to our demo account so that I can start just showing you really quickly what it looks like when we are running a pipeline. So we recommend that all artists start with a main lead pipeline. It's all of the emails that you have. We start seeing who is getting ready to purchase. We start seeing who's been engaging with you and what they're interested in. This is a super powerful big picture pipeline. We should have one of these for all of our email addresses that we have collected over time, and then we should see where they are inside of their customer journey. This is already preloaded into your account when you come on board. You have actually access to all of the Art Boss sales funnels, the pipelines, the email campaigns, the social media campaigns. This is a pipeline and it's already set up for you. We work with you to customize this. So we want you to be collecting email addresses. So we're going to use a sales funnel to collect email addresses and get your lead generation machine up and running, and then auto load all the names into this column. We then work to move all of your leads down this pipeline closer to closing the sale, where we make offers and close the sale. So after we collect their email address, we actually start inviting them to parts of our selling process where we can capture purchase intent and purchase behavior. You can have 3 purchase intent behaviors. Some of you are going to have more. Some of you might have less. But when we start getting clarity on some of those milestones and some of those times when people go, yes, tell me more. Every time that someone says yes to us in our selling system, they get one step closer to the big yes, which is closing the sale. After we have collected our purchase behaviors and those purchase intents, what we can do is start doing lead scoring. We can, for example, start saying things like, show me all the people who have been to my website in the last month, who've opened at least 3 of my emails and have actually engaged with me during one of my online events. We can take those people, we can filter on that, and we can say, show me who they are. And maybe we have 10 people, maybe we have 100 people who meet those requirements. Those are the people that we're actually going to curate a special offer for. And we're going to make those offers, and we're going to track the closing process. There's always this column at the very end that's called not a good fit. That is for people, not the people who say no right now, no, not yet. Those are for the people that when we really look at them, we know for sure they'll never purchase our artwork. A really great example would be if you are a high selling artist, you most likely have other artists who are watching you and seeing what you're doing because they want to know how to sell more artwork too. If you've identified someone like that who you believe is actually just trying to learn from you but never will buy from you, we can actually put them in this column and never send them another email to invite them to one of our selling events. So super powerful when we have this kind of tool. And I know that sometimes it's difficult to really understand a pipeline until you kind of see some data in it. So I want you to see this is all of the emails for selling artwork. These are all of my past customers and people who have inquired about my artwork. This is a demo account, but I have it set up so that I can give you clarity on this. I have about 887 people who have given me their email addresses, but have never visited my website. So one of the purchase indicators that I use when I'm selling my artwork is I just want to know who has been to my website. I mean, the name, number, and email address of those people. So I have about 2,000 people who have visited my website over the last 3 to 6 months. And so this is a really great purchase indicator. It does not mean that everybody who goes to my website will purchase, but I can see that they're one step closer to purchasing than someone who just gave me their email address, but never looked at my artwork on my website. And so we start collecting purchase intent and the visiting the website is a really great example. Everybody's business is going to have a slightly different purchase intent and purchase indicators. But when we start collecting that data, we can start creating that lead score again. Tell me all the people who have looked at my website in the last 3 months. Tell me all the people who have also opened at least 3 or more emails in the last month. Tell me also, I want to see the people who have also, on top of those 2 things, have also come to one of my virtual selling events. We then get this beautiful lead list of people who fit into those categories. Now we know that these people are more interested than the rest, and we can curate an offer for those people. Once we've made that offer to them, they haven't purchased yet, but we've made that offer to them, we can then start tracking to see who has actually purchased and who is still looking and considering our offer. So if I'm looking at my funnel and I'm like, okay, I need to close sales this month, who am I going to work with? I'm always going to work with the people who are the closest to becoming a new client, the closest to the sale. So I'm going to first start looking and start connecting, right? At this point, I'm connecting and creating more of a personal reach out, a personal relationship with the people who have a high lead score and the people I've made offers to. Instead of, if I'm going to spend 45 minutes to an hour just to try to do some outreach to some of the clients who are getting ready to purchase, this is where I'm going to work. I'm not going to go all the way up to the top of my funnel and start trying to one by one talk to 2,029 people. I'm going to work closer to the people who are actually already engaging with me. Now, I also love this because it's really easy for me to see where you have bottlenecks. So if this is what your pipeline looked like, I'd be like, okay, we have 2,000 people who've looked at your website. What have you done to reach out to them, and what have you done to move them closer to the sale? So we can make a plan on how to move people closer to the sale. We can start brainstorming and thinking about all the different ways, tons of different purchase indicators that we can start getting people to just simply raise their hand and say, yes, tell me more. So this is how we start transferring all of, when I'm talking and getting so excited about let me pop back here. and I start getting really excited about the champagne room and the ability for it to close sales, this is just a sliver. That pipeline is just a sliver of what's in here. But when we can actually see where our clients are getting stuck in our pipeline, we can make action plans to start moving them closer to the sale. So I love being able to share with you every single Wednesday the champagne room, being able to really talk about the strategy and the tools that allow for you to close more sales. So today I said, if you are not closing any sales on your website, we need to talk. So if you're interested in grabbing a call, if you would like to learn more about the champagne room, I'm going to pull up some help here, some support. If you want to see that champagne room, you want to see a little bit more, you want to see the demos, you want to meet Melissa Ricker, who's built this out for us. That she owns this tool. This is her tool. It's not the ArtBoss tool. She has allowed for me to preload all of my funnels, all of my emails, everything, so you can walk away with all of my tools. And the minute you come in and start using the tool, you don't have to build everything. It's already in here. Just plug and play. So you can go to renauha.com/CR for champagne room, and you can check it out. If you're like, I'm not really sure if this is the right thing for me, I'm not sure if the champagne room is going to work for my business, I'm also going to give you the option to grab a call. Okay. So if you would like to ask more about the systems, the tools, the programs that we offer, we pay for that champagne room for you when you're an active member inside of the Art Boss. Grab a call with me, launch.karenauha.com/book. We'll take a look at the champagne room. I'll walk you through the ROIs that you need for your business. I'll help you make a decision on the champagne room, whether you would like just the champagne room by itself. Do you want us for $70 a month to help you learn how to use it, as well as help you create the strategy and the systems that you need? We'll do that. We'll absolutely do that. If you would like for Team ArtBoss to actually build this out for you, build the lead generation machine for you, even run an ad to it, that's even an option as well. So we're super excited to be able to do that for you guys. I want you to know that also for those of you who are just recently been to the challenge and you're like, yeah, I would love to stay connected with you, Ren. I would love to stay connected with Team Art Boss. I would love to continue to see insights into the champagne room. Please connect with Artie. Artie provides updates. She provides reminders when there's going to be free training, when we're having workshops. She's going to be the person who's going to communicate to you first that we have all these amazing things headed your way. Also, on Friday, she sends out one of my social media posts to you. We already have pre-written posts that you can use right now inside of your social media. So if you would like to get your hands on a free social media post so that you can start creating those beautiful social media campaigns, please feel free to connect with Artie. It is at artie.karenauha.com/blast. And we're so excited that you're here. Love talking about art, love talking about art sales, and love talking about a art sales machine that you can be creating in your own business. So we will see you guys next week. Same time, same place. We meet on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. every single week. I'm here providing the Art Boss report so that you can get those systems, strategies, and tools that allow for you to sell more in the online market.